Good morning. It's Alison, or Ali from Ali's Cards and Knickknacks. Welcome to my live. Today we will be making lovely Easter basket here, as you can see, and a lovely Easter card. So I'm just waiting to come up on Facebook so I can follow your comments and everything. So bear with me while we wait for that. It always takes a minute or so for it to come good. Oh, there we go. I can just see it. Right, I've just tilted the screen, so if anyone makes a comment or says anything, I should be able to see it. But let me know that you're there. That'd be great. Now, it's March and celebrations is over, which is sad, but we did have 2 months to buy some of the freebies, which I did get quite a few, which is lovely. Thank you, StampinUp. And now we're starting with special release, and you just go to my online shop and you'll see all the new products they released for March. There's some wonderful things. There's rhinos and decorative edges and flowers. So I'll show you some of them in due course. I'll do a few cards with the new items once I get them. Very exciting with the new release. So go online and have a look at that and let me know what you think. If you'd like to order any of the products, just remember to use my host code. And it will bring me up, Ali McMenamin, and I'll know that you've bought some products, and I'll send you a thank you card and maybe a surprise. All right, let's get started. I think we'll start with the basket. As you can see, this is the card and the punch that we're using this morning. Easter Bunny from StampinUp and the lovely punch. I do love punches. One of my favourite tools in my kit. Now, this is the template. It's a 6x6 piece of designer series paper, which makes this, which you'll probably say, what? 6x6, is that all? And then we've got a handle, which is, I make it 1 inch by 7 inches to give a nice full handle there. So the template shows you that we score it at 1 7/8 and 4 1/8, and we turn it 90 degrees and score it again at the same measurements. Once we've done that, then we do our partial scores, which is 5/8, 1 1/4, 4 3/4, and 5 3/8. And those partial scores go to your first score line, and then we cut them like I'm showing you here. Also, before you stop your scoring, you measure 3 inches, and that gives you the centre of this area here, 3 inches. And I've drawn from that angle to the middle, and then that gives us this cut out here. And we cut those pieces out, cut along these lines just to that, to give us our template. So I'll quickly run through that. I'll get my scoreboard. So bear with me while I do that. So you just pop it into the corner. Can everyone see, or do I need to bring it down? Yep, I'll bring it down. Okay, so I've got my little notes here. Score at 1 7/8, which is there. And then 4 1/8, which is there. Turn 90 degrees and do it again. 1 7/8 and 4 1/8. It's a bit hard to see. I've chosen this DSP today to make my basket. I thought it was very pretty. You can use whatever you like. Now we're going to do our partial scoring, okay? So the partial scores is 5/8, so that's 4, that's 5, and I go down to the first score line, then 1 1/4 score. So I'm just going to my first score line, which is, I've gone past slightly because it's hard to see, 4 3/4, yeah, and 5 3/8, 1 2 3. Right, turn and do it again. 5/8. Next score is 1 1/4, so 1 1/4. And then the next score is 4 3/4, I think that is, yeah. 4 3/4, and then 5 3/8, 1 2 3. Down to the first score line. I'm going to mark 3 inches there, and then I'm going to mark 3 inches here, which is dead center. Okay, I'm going to put my scoreboard away. It's all done. Just mind me while I put that back where it belongs. Now I know the score lines are a little bit hard to see, but bear with me. I can see them. I guess that's the main thing. I'm going to use my lead pencil. And of course my lead pencil seems to have disappeared. Isn't that always the way? So I'm going to use a pen. So here's the first score. There's the middle. I'm going to go to the corner. And then I'm going to the corner, to the middle again. So, and I'm going to cut these pieces out. So, there's the middle. There's the score line. Here's the middle. Right. So, once we've done that, I'll put my ruler out the way and my pen back so I don't get too messy. I'm going to cut the partial score lines. Right, like that. Then I'm going to cut this diagonal one and cut this diagonal one. It is very hard to see the score lines. I couldn't have picked a harder piece but I can see them. There. So I do it the other side. And this side. And then the last 2 score lines. Right. I'll just get rid of the bits, put them in the bin. Then I'm going to, it really is an easy one to do. Do all my creases as normal. Put all the tabs over. Right. And then do these ones. Okay. So that one's scored. That one's scored. That's undone. All right. How good's that? We're nearly there. Believe it or not, we're nearly there. So you can see it's already starting to curve up. Need my little Tombow glue. Just make sure it's clean. So what we're going to do, the idea is that I just curve these behind each other to meet the point, like that. 1, 2, 3. And that should give you a straight line across there. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some glue on. Not much, because you know Tombo's very good. Whoop, too much there. Way too much. I just want to take some off because I'll have glue going everywhere. So I'll just dab off some. Alright, so this one, I'll just go like that, and then this one, like that, to meet the top. There, give it a hold for a second. Try and dab. Right, so that one goes first, second, third. And as you can see, that's the one side of my thing. Now, if I'd used a pencil, I could rub those lines out, but I'm not worried. So, now, just a little dab. One, 2, 3 to meet the peak. Lucky Tombo gives us a second or two to hold. Then we go glue, glue, glue. Glue. I might slide him up a bit just to hold. There we go. There's the beginnings of the basket. Now that wasn't too hard, was it? So next is our handle. So a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue there. Now, while I hold that, I'm just going to curve the handle with my bone. It just gives it then, you're not fighting the paper to make it curve, and it actually gives you a stronger hold then, because the paper's not fighting to go back straight. So I'm just giving it a second to hold. It's a bit hot today. I'm going to turn my fan on. Now, because I know what kids are like and they're not gentle, I'm just going to give it one staple to hold the handle and to hold all the pieces. Most of the staple will be covered up by our decorations, but I only do that so I know the handle will hold when I give it to my little grandkiddies. And they'll say, "Oh, thanks, Nanny," and then swing it around everywhere. So I like to make sure that longevity happens. So on this, I've got some carrots, bunny, Easter eggs. The same on this side, just on different sides. I've got a little tag, an Easter treat for you. And the tag I made from none of these. From the tag die set. It's called Tailored Made Tag Dies, and there's 5 of each decorative kind, and I use this one here, the smallest one in the square looking one. So here's my tag. To save time, I've already die cutted it out. Now I'm just going to get a sentiment out. And what one did I use on this? An Easter treat for you. So an Easter treat for you. I just want to block. not such a big block. Now, when you're putting your stamps onto your blocks, I always like to, especially your sentiments, line them up with a grid. And then you can just press them onto your block and you know they're straight on your block. Okay, now black ink. And I'm going to try and do this straight. I'm not known for my straight sentiments. I think I've got a crooked eye, but that's not too bad. I'm pretty pleased with that. So there we go. So that's your little tag there. That will be tied on with some baker's twine. But before we get on with that, we will do some stamping. So I'm just going to, I had done the stamping, but I wanted to show you how easy it is. Everyone can see this. I've got to remember to keep everything in the camera view, which is not as easy. Right. There, I've stamped my bunny rabbit. Put that over there. Now I'll just use, just quickly, so don't comment on my colouring in skills. They're not the best. But I still like to do it. We've got some very talented people in Stampin' Up that have amazing abilities. I'm just average, but that's okay. It's okay to be average. I enjoy it, and I think that's all that counts. If you enjoy your craft and you do it to your abilities and don't stress about, you know, someone else can do it better than you, I think that's the best thing, is to accept your level of ability and just enjoy your craft. Just have fun. Right. These blends are terrific because when it dries, it all just blends in. And you don't see your strokes like if you used a texture. And you can darken up edges, layer the ink. Just where you think it needs a bit of darkening. Then I'm going to use a pink. That's why I left the nose. And give him a pink nose. And pink inside his ear. Just like that. And to me, that's pretty much done. I'm going to get my punch. Stampin' Up punches are one of the best in my opinion. I've used plenty. They last for many, many years. Here we go. You put it in. You squeeze until it's firm in, but not cutting. Make sure it's where you want it, where you're happy with it. Make adjustments. Then punch. And there we go. There's our little Easter bunny. Cute, isn't he? So that's Easter bunny. Now you can do Easter bunnies greys, whites. This one here is a white one, and I've highlighted the edges with a light grey. This one here is a grey bunny. These I'm doing brown. So I've got my bunnies. I need some carrots. Now I had to fussy cut these to save time. I did it off camera. I've stamped and coloured some Easter eggs. So 3 aside, I would think. There we go. So I've got 2 bunnies here. All right. Now I'm just going to give it a dab of glue. Not too much, not too close to the edge, because it will squeeze out. and you don't really want to do that. Cover your staple. Here's my Easter bunny. Can't see the staple. Can't see any of the other stuff. Now he wants a little carrot. Definitely wants a carrot or two. Because I've only glued the edges, you can just slip it in like that. See that? I might just give him another little one. A light amount of glue. Alright, and then some Easter eggs. I'm going to, no, I'll wipe the glue off that. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to glue the front, just on the edges there, and put on the basket that way. There we go, and get another Easter egg. Put glue there. How's that? That's looking all right. Turn it around. Put this Easter bunny on. Now I haven't put dimensions on this time. I normally work with dimensions because I just want them to be flat. If I put them up on dimensions, then the kids would probably knock them off, or I just want it as stable as possible for my grandkids to enjoy. Because the little ones just love to run around with a little basket, and I think I'll put him here as if he's holding it. I might just see if I can slide him in. How's that? That looks all right. Easter eggs again. Just hold that while it's drying. I don't want too much glue. Makes a mess otherwise. I'll just hold that for a minute. There we go. There's our Easter egg. Now you can cut some cellophane and put it in the bottom like I did here. I don't know if you can see, but I've got lots of cellophane in the bottom here. Just to give it a bed, I guess. We always sort of think we're making Easter beds, Easter rabbit beds. And there you go. I've got 2 big eggs and 2 little eggs, but you could put a lot more in. I could put another 6 little eggs in there, or a 3rd big egg. So there we go. So that's for my 2 granddaughters in Queensland. I'll just put my tag on with some baker's twine. Look at my collection of baker's twine. I love it. Any colour for any time when I need a colour. Now this colour I think is, I can't remember what colour that is, but it's a nice bit like granny apple green. So I'm just tying that on. No bows. Snip the ends off. There we go. Easter treat. Our first little job is done. That wasn't too hard, was it? I didn't think it was. Hello, Claire. Thank you for watching. Now, let's start on our card, Easter card. I'll just tidy my desk for our next project. You know what it's like. So this is the card we're going to make. It's a lovely bright card, but I've had a brainstorm overnight and I'm going to put a pop-up mechanism inside. This one is just plain, but I'm going to step it up, you might say. So these are all the bits I need. So I'll just start. This is a basic card. So you've got your 10.5 by 14.85, and you fold it in half, or actually it's 21, isn't it? 21 folded in half with a 14.85. So the first job is to use your DSP. Now this DSP comes from, I'll get the pack. So I'll just glue this on, one job at a time now. It's from this pack, Rain or Shine pack, DSP pack. I've taken this middle section, so I've kept the leftovers because I'll use that on another card, but I've used this. Now this card is displayed in the catalogue, annual catalogue, no, in the mini catalogue, which I really fell in love with. I thought, oh, I have to make something like that. Now I've made my border or frame, and I've used these dies. These are your staples, and they're stitch rectangles, and I use them very regularly. So I've used the large one and the third large one and put them inside each other like that, and you cut it out and you end up with your frame, a lovely little frame which I've got here. So you can either put your frame on dimensions and have that sitting up, or put it down flat. I'm putting it down flat because my bunny rabbits are sitting up. So I'm just putting mild amount of glue. I don't want to put too much on. Try really hard to put it on straight. Okay, so how's that? Not too crooked. Now next is the bunnies. Once again, you stamp your bunnies and you colour them in. Stamp your carrot, and this is a sentiment piece to put my sentiment on, and I've die cut that out of this pack. It's that die there, and this dies are called, stylish shape dies. Very handy indeed. I'll just put that correct. So I'd use this die to cut it out, so it's got a nice stitched edge on it, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on it. Enjoy all the little moments. Ink. So I'm just stamping in black. Tap, tap, tap. As I say in class to my ladies that come to class, tap, tap, tap. Enjoy all the little moments. Now, this doesn't have to be an Easter card, you know. This could actually be a new baby's card. It could be a first birthday. You could get the bunny to hold a number 1 instead of a carrot. You know, to me, I just love things that you can use for more than one purpose. And I really, truly believe this card is one of those cards. So, sentiment up on dimensions. 2 will do. You can do a third if need be. Pop that in there. There we go. Now I've got my bunny rabbit down here. He's going on dimensions. probably going a bit overboard with the dimensions, but I like them to stand up no matter what. So I'm just using my pick to pull off the backs. It's actually easier once I learnt how to use the pick. I find that very easy. And I keep all my dimensions in a case that you can buy from StampinUp. It makes life easy. Now what's next? This bunny rabbit, he's going on dimensions. Might put one in the middle so he doesn't go flat in the middle. Use my pick. There we go. And just sit him as if they're sitting on the frame instead of in the frame. Yeah. And he's holding a carrot, a yummy carrot. So just a dab of glue, he'll go flat. There we go. I just put him under his mouth. Don't want to cover his pretty little face up. There we go. Now we need a bit more stamping done. I haven't done it all. So I actually want to put a beautiful wreath around his neck. So I'll get that out of my case. Put him on a block. And we'll stamp him. Tap, tap, tap. Make sure he's inked. Lovely. A bit of blurred edges there. I might try again. See which one's better. Oh, see, that's cleaner. So I'll use that one. And I'm going to colour that in. Oh, and a butterfly. Can't forget the little butterfly. Oh, I'll use the birdie this time. Something different. I can't decide. Tap, tap, tap. Lovely. So I'll get some blends. Excuse the noise. Here's some colours that I've got here. So this is Parakeet, Light Parakeet Party. I want it nice and bright, so colour in the leaves. Oh, that's the wrong one, you deal. Okay, I'll just do these, just a dog. There we go. And what colour flowers? Right, I've got light polished pink for the centre one. Great. I've got light flirty flamingo. You can go over here. What's this one? Fresh Freesia. It's the light one. There we go. Now I'm going to use light Tahitian Tide to make things pop. There we go. And light Granny Apple Green. I'm just going to do the centres there. Yeah, there's my flowers done. I might just put some colour in there. Now I'm going to do the birdie. What colour will we do the birdie? Let's say a real little beige birdie. Or no, let's do in blue. I know that's a bit out there. But we have beautiful bluebirds in our country. With a pink beak. So flirty flamingo. There we go. He's cute. And of course I've got to fussy cut them out. Get rid of the bulk of the cardboard. Now I am left-handed, so I do go the opposite direction to everyone else. Turn your card, not your scissors. I don't want too much white showing, so I'm going fairly close. Sometimes I keep a lot of white showing. Just depends what I'm doing. There we go. I try not to do too much of the actual fussy cutting and that, but I've got to do some, so you know I've actually done the work. I'm actually doing a class on these cards with my ladies that come to class. I love to do baskets and boxes and all that sort of thing. If you're in the Port Macquarie area, you're more than welcome to come and join us. You just need to contact me so I can book you a spot, because there's limited spots. I only do 6 to 8 per class, 6 to 8 ladies or men. Otherwise it's too hard for me to give everyone the individual attention you may need. Some ladies are very clever and can go off and make the card as I show it. Other ladies need more attention. There we go, we cut him out. Turn him over. That didn't take too long. Now this little birdie. Watch his feet. Lots of people love to fussy cut. I prefer to punch, use my punch or my dies, but there's lots of people that just love it. I've got ladies that love to sit and fussy cut. They actually fussy cut for other ladies because they're so quick and enjoy it. There we go, the birdie's done. Alrighty, where's my card? Here it is. He looks a bit naked. He needs some, I think. Right, dab of glue all over, not too much. As you know, it will squeeze out. Right, put his lovely floral guardian around him. It's lovely, isn't it? I'm going to put our birdie. Don't forget your birdie. Bit of glue up in the distance. I could put him there, but no. There we go. So that's the front of the card done. Now we're going to go inside and put our centre in like this. So that's good. Now I normally cut 10 by 14.3 for a centre card. Whatever you feel is appropriate. So there we go. Now to dress up you can either stamp or put a bunny on it. You can sort of stick a bunny down here if you wanted to, but I thought I would make a little pop-up mechanism. Now to do that, you cut out a rectangle and you score it evenly to make a box rectangle like that. So you've got 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mine are an inch apart, and that's 2 inches wide. So I'm just going to glue that together. Like that. You can flatten it out like that, because I've got 5 sides, so then it's like that. Okay, done. Now the side I glued, it's actually going to get glued in the center of the card like that. Okay, so it will shut flat and then pop up. So you need to glue 2 sides. So a little bit more glue because it's got to do work. So I want it in the center, just on the crease, like that. I'm going to flatten it, press it down and hold. Give the glue time to work, only needs a few seconds. And there's our little pop-up mechanism. I'll just fix it because I glued it too far away from the edge. Don't you hate that? I do this technique all the time and never have a problem. I'm on YouTube, and anyway, it's better. It's got to be right in the crease for it to work. Okay, so I'm just giving it a flatten out, give the glue time to work. There we go. That's it, perfect. Now you can do lots of things with it. You could just put a bunny on it and glue the bunny down to the bottom of it. I've got some grass that I've cut from the stamp set, and I've just stamped that 3 times next to each other. You could put some grass. You could put some Easter eggs behind the grass, which I quite adore, like that. Like that. Have bunny like that if you want, or you could do a sentiment. Put a sentiment onto your pop-up so it pops up, and you could put Easter eggs onto your sentiment. So I think I'll do the sentiment. I'll put my Easter eggs onto it. I might just run a bead of glue there. Put my Easter eggs on my sentiment. And I've stamped and coloured them in from the stamp set. I've got 2 more here. Right. They don't have to be level. Now, well, so you can see that. I'll just dab some glue. No, I think that's overkill. So I'm just going to put my pop-up onto just this side here. So just a little bit of glue there, not too much. And I'm going to glue the sentiment and the Easter eggs up there. I'm going to put my Easter bunny on the other side of the card. Can you see that? Oh, I went out of shot then. I apologise. So I've stuck that to the mechanism. I'm going to put the bunny up there behind this. And by the way, I'm just doing this as we talk. I'm just figuring this out. I knew I wanted to do a mechanism. I just wasn't sure what I was going to do. So that's the bunny there. And I could put the grass there. What do you think? That doesn't look too bad. Well, might be overdoing it, Al. So I can see. So there we go. It's a card on the front, and when they pop it open, hopefully they won't see a flattened pop top. No, I haven't let the glue dry. Oh dear. It'll work. Just got to let the glue dry before I... So there's the inside. So how's that? Now let's see. Oh, yes. And it just opens up like that. So what do you think? So there's our treats for today. We've done our nice Easter basket, and I must say, I must tell you, I found this pattern from Karen Robinson from about 4 years ago. I was looking online and I found this basket, and I think it's adorable, and Karen Robinson had it on her site. So I've cased that, which is very acceptable in Stampin' Up. We love to share each other's projects. And this is from the actual mini catalogue, and I've just dressed it up a little bit more. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed the projects today. I hope you have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I'll be back doing live in probably 2 or 3 weeks. I've got my husband's got some eye surgery that I'll help him through. So I'll see you when I'm back soon. If you need anything or help, or you actually want to place an order, I'd love that. Always love a new team member. That's always very exciting to get a new team member. Have a good day. Enjoy your crafting. Love to all. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.